Okay, here's a few questions that I printed out from your IXL that you're about to do. I'm getting ready to assign you CC12, and you'll have a couple days to complete this before our next lesson, but it's going to go along with pages 7 and 8 in your packet, so it's going to be important that you keep track, especially that page where you had a lot of the degree angles right there in front of you. Well, the first thing you're going to be asked is, what is the sum of the angle measures in this shape? Well, you need to count the number of sides. That's going to be important. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a decagon. Well, we didn't cover decagon on page 8, but what we did cover is this formula, the number of sides minus 2 times 180, and that will give us all of the angles. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If we add all 10 of these angles, I don't care what kind of decagon, it's going to give us this angle measure. Well, the number of sides minus 2, that will give us the number of triangles that are on the inside. And again, you don't have to do this on your paper. I'm just showing you where these answers would come from. So 8 is the number of triangles if we cut these into triangles, and each triangle has 180 degrees, so you can get your calculator or do some long multiplication. 180 times the 8 interior triangles, so this one would have 1,440 down here, and that was the answer when I clicked on it. Now, if they give you a pentagon, if they give you quadrilateral, those are easy because you have those on page 8. But if they give you some of these bigger figures, you've got to use this formula that we just talked about. The number of sides minus 2, that will tell you how many triangles are on the interior, and each one of those is 180. So that's where that formula comes from. Okay, now they're going to give you something that looks like this, where they're going to give you a missing angle measure, and you've got to do a little algebra. Well, again, the first thing you got to do is figure out how many sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a pentagon. You can either look at your page on page 8, or you can use this formula, n minus 2 times 180. So this is a pentagon, which has 5 sides. So we have 3 triangles inside. 1, 2, 3. So the sum of the interior angles of this pentagon is 540. Well, we know 4 of the angles, so you've got 2 choices. You can either do 540 minus these 4, but what I would do is in my calculator, this is what I would do. 540 minus 105 plus 100 plus 140 plus 90. So the sum of the other 4 angles taken away from 540 is 105 degrees. And when you see that, pay attention to what kind of angle. If you notice, that is an obtuse angle, and that's an obtuse measure, so that makes sense. In other words, if you got 35 degrees and you can see that's not an acute angle, don't just click it in there and hope for the best. Use your math. Something happened, maybe you pushed the wrong button on your calculator, but pay attention and make sure your answers seem relevant. And then again, not going to go all the way through this one, but you're going to have something that's weird like this. This is just an irregular polygon. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a heptagon. This is just like what we did just a second ago on page 1. The only thing that you have to remember is if the polygon has 7 sides, that means it has 5 triangles in the inside. That's this n minus 2 part of the formula. And then all of those triangles have a sum of 180 degrees. So this would have 900 degrees on the interior of this polygon. And what you would do is you would subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. And what you would end up getting is a difference that would go into this space. So what would happen is, you've got a couple ways to do it. Subtract all the 6 known angle measures, or find the sum of these 6 and then subtract that from 900. So that's what your IXL is going to be dealing with, either finding all of the angle measures if it's a regular polygon, or if you've got an irregular polygon, you're going to find a missing number by using this formula. This is a big formula. Okay, I'll be here on Google Meets. I'll be here if you want to send me a message on Classroom, or if you want to email me. I'll be here till around 2 o'clock today with some help, or if you have any homework questions. Good luck.